Trailblazers. For the New Orleans Pelicans, they'll face a tough battle against an equally hungry team to improve their record. But this could be the game that sparks them into a higher echelon. Blazers, Pelicans, coming up next.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Trailblazers out in Portland. The fans and coaching staff have been very pleased with the way Portland's been playing. They've gotten themselves into solid position in the Western Conference standings, 6th place to be precise. A nice spot to be for a team that finished last season on the outside of the postseason looking in. And how about the rookie Zion Williamson? Unique in his combination of power and athleticism. Guys, who does he remind you of?
Close friend of ours. In terms of body type, just his has more muscle. The ability to get up the floor, just he gets up a little higher.
There's some Blake Griffin in him too. You know, beyond the ability to score and rebound, he can also make plays for others, like the friend you mentioned.
Now the tip-off approaching. We
Yeah.
get it to Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the 4th member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Portland, they're trying to get in the playoffs. If they stay the course, they will. And, of course, New Orleans, a half game back.
And when you look at Portland, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Yeah, they'll be there in the playoffs, I'm sure of that. It's just a matter of how high they'll be seated.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, when LaMarcus Aldridge left the Blazers for San Antonio in 2015, most expected a rebuild in Portland. But Blazers GM Neil Olshey said there was never going to be any bottoming out. There was development. We brought in quality, undervalued players, and they've begun to thrive in our system and our culture. Kevin, they have reason to be proud in Portland.
Indeed, there is. Thanks, David. And in constructing lineups, Chris, there's often the dilemma of choosing rim protection versus floor spacing. To you, what matters most?
Well, to me, what matters most is floor spacing. It doesn't. A defense is not overrated. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't matter if you have defense and you can't score. Scoring is just as important, and you have to put pressure on that defense by scoring. And even if you have a shot blocker, what if I have guys that like shoot it outside and don't come to the paint?
Right.
And I've already taken that shot blocker out of the game. So it's all about offense, having a balanced offense, and then guys willing to listen, pay attention to the details, and be engaged on the defensive end.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Jay out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Taj Gibson is out there with Nurkic, and it's Little in at the 3. Jay, he's guarded by Nurkic. And yes, it's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 31-point game against Memphis.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous. Now, with all the intensity he plays with, boxing him out is a chore. It's tough.
And the dunk by Williamson.
What an excellent distributor Zoe is. I mean, he has a knack for getting it to his open teammates.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. Lillard against Favors. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
A lethal shooter from downtown. McClellan, he enjoys opportunities to pull the trigger.
Ingram passes to Jay. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Here's Lillard. The Trailblazers with the new shot clock. No good from Gibson.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been easy lay.
Sinks it, and the shot from James. Once again, Shea was named Player of the Week. Great set of games for him. So not exactly, Greg, a surprise.
And what he did for his team the last handful of games can't be measured on just the stat sheet. He was everything you want from a player, and the league rightfully acknowledged that.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Jay. Count that one.
It's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Well, they certainly made their presence felt on defense. They were active and rejected a number of shots.
Here's McCollum. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Favors with the rebound.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
Unwilling to give up on that possession. I love Williamson's commitment and attack mentality.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Now here's McCollum. Tight defense on him. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Ball kicks to Ingram. And the pass to Jay. New Orleans needs to get off a shot, and it's Williamson missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And it's Lillard missing. New Orleans leading by 6. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, we talk about the big vertical with Williamson, but what about the hang time?
McCollum finds Lillard. Back to McCollum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
One of the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA, C.J. McCollum. I mean, wonder, though, would he be even better lined up as a point guard? I'm not sure. But his defense has been his shortcoming. At 6'3", his size is better suited for the one.
See, Webb, you think about McCollum as a point guard. His assists have dropped 3 seasons running.
Yeah, Kevin, but that's because his role on this team is to score. I mean, he's so skilled. He can get other guys involved, but you want him putting it in the bucket. Who's a better option than him besides Dame Lillard? On another team, though, with a chance to start at point guard, I wouldn't mind seeing that adjustment.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 7. Pass to Lillard. From outside the arc, hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 5.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
Ball dishes to Ingram. Passes it to Williamson. Over Little. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers trail by 3. It's McCollum on the wing. 11 feet away, and Portland again with the bucket.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Jay, he is guarded by McCollum. Jay, the pass to Williamson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 12 points for him.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
In-game adjustments are critical. They did an awesome job taking what the defense gave them.
For Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Taj Gibson. Mario Hezonya's checked in for Little. And it's Korver in for C.J. McCollum. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor's checked in for Favors. Hayes comes in for Williamson. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Holiday in for Ball. Here's Jay. And it's Portland with the rebound. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
They looked overmatched today. I thought they lacked aggressiveness and heart out there.
And by now it's clear that Jay is truly the face of the franchise, but he's quickly becoming a face for the league, Greg, as well.
It's clear that he's one of the bright young stars in the league, and his team's marketing department is doing everything they can to get his face out to the public. Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Kept alive. Here's Holiday, and he makes good on the layup.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. Inside, Korver. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Okafor. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
And how about the play of some of the rookies around the league so far? Here is the rookie race, as all these first-year players have made big splashes in the league and certainly have bright futures ahead of them. Well, you look at Jay all season long. He has proven again and again that he is the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Yeah, at this point, he separated himself from the pack. I don't know what more he could have done this year. It's been one amazing performance after another.
Both free throws good from Jay. We often talk about problems between the players and fans. I'm sure there are some things that fans do, Chris, that players do appreciate.
Oh, yeah, Kev. And you know what we really appreciate? The good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
The clean trash-talking fans. Oh, Weber, you suck. You can't shoot. So what? You just dunked on the whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going, and I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere. When they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy, or they're just cheering for both teams in great play, though they want their teams to win. And you love, again, the creative heckler, the one that had to think about it the day before, like the ones that comes in with the sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under, like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or the face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us, because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
Hayes with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Hart, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. So for the Pelicans, Etwan Moore comes in for Josh Hart, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jay. Entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. Gibson comes in for Collins. Little, he's checked in for Mario Hezonja. And McCollum subbed in for Kyle Korver. So the Pelican 5 right now. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. All out there with Jay, and it's Favors in at center.
And what I love about Lillard now, I mean, the excellence. He's so consistent. That's how you do it. You come out, you bust your butt, and you compete at a high level every night.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Jay in that last matchup against the Thunder was phenomenal. He added 37 points, and as expected, he distributed the rock and got his teammates involved. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
No, I think he will, because he takes being a leader seriously, and it shows in how he approaches things at both ends of the floor.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And the pick and roll tandem of Damian Lillard and Yusuf Nurkic, one of the most unstoppable in our league.
Yeah, Nurkic as a role man, not only a scorer, but also a capable passer, too. They had the second most assists on the team last season. He and Lillard have mastered the nuances of the pick and roll game.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 31-point game against Memphis. McCollum left side, and that one is good. McCollum's got 11 points.
McCollum is fantastic in running the screen and roll. He knows how to use the pick to get space to shoot.
New Orleans leading by 6. Ingram outside. New Orleans moving it around. Jay, he is guarded by McCollum. The shot's good from Jay. 17 points in the game.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Now here's McCollum. 11 points in the game. Here's the lob to Lillard. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, Kev, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
Jay, he is guarded by McCollum. Jay, the pass to Williamson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
Pictured it up high and down hard on the windmill flush.
Yeah, I mean, what everyone loves about Williamson, already an international star. And I love it because he remains humble and grateful for what he has.
Now here's Lillard. 23 points in the game. McCollum with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Yep, that one goes. 13 points for C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Ball, the pass to Jay. He feeds it to Favors. Little comes for the double team. Shot clock at 5. Ingram wide open. Another one falls for New Orleans.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And McCollum with the slam.
Out of respect to speed of McCollum. Fantastic at knifing through the defense and beating them to the bucket.
Right side Favors. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
Cullen passes to Lillard. He kicks to McCollum. And a miss there on the triple.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Well, it's been this way all night. Williamson can beat you in so many different ways.
Now here's Lillard. He's averaging almost 41 points a game right now, an extraordinary figure for any player to post.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really like going at each other, don't they? Jay, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
That free throw, no good. While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. Here's Nurkic. Zion Williamson making his last shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Korver in for Little.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
And here's McCollum for 3. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lillard comes with the double team. Pass to Hart. Shoots the 3. Portland grabs the miss. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Taj Gibson is out there with Little, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Lillard, following the score by New Orleans. The pass to Gibson. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, easy call.
The Pelicans have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And that one misses. is no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Little. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Favors has got 6 rebounds in the game. Steps back and fires. And it's Ingram missing. Portland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Here's Lillard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with the multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level. One of the game's elite scorers and closers, Damian Lillard. With the game on the line, you know what time it is. It's Dame time.
Now here's Favors. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Lillard outside for the tie. Now here's Little. He's covered by Ball. Ingram against Gibson. Clock at 4. The wide open shot by Little. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Chris, you talk about degree of difficulty. Damian Lillard takes and makes some incredibly tough shots.
Yeah, definitely. Percentages don't do him justice. Offense tested from deep. Lillard is always a threat.
The Pelicans have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well. Just about 75% from the line.
Here's McCollum. Rebounded by Jay.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Lillard against Ball. Pass to Little. Left side, Gibson. For Ingram, and the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Gibson. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They've led by as many as 11 points. Ingram outside. Passes to Jay. Now the feed to Favors. Second chance shot and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. That free throw good from Jay. Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully, they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. And so here's Portland. The Pelicans make their last shot. Redick against McCollum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Star at a mid-major. Shout out to all the mid-major colleges. Lehigh University, C.J. McCollum wasn't that blue-chip prospect, but he sure worked his way to the top.
Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Four-year player at Lehigh, McCollum earned his degree in journalism.
Yeah, he had to beg his parents to switch from a business major, but now he's putting his degree to use. He already interviewed the commissioner, man. Keep playing. He's trying to come for my job, Kevin. When his playing days are done, though, I'm sure he'll be looking to try to take my job and yours and continue on that path.
Here's Azania following the score by New Orleans. Lillard scanning the floor. It's deflected.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Oh, that was something else.
This is what many fans came here to see. Williamson, at his size, is his speed so unique in his style, his grace. It's unbelievable.
Lillard finds McCollum. Another shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
This is what college is going to give you, energy. Because of this, he draws these type of fouls.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
And the 10th pick in 2017 out of Gonzaga, Zach Collins, figures to be an important piece moving forward.
Just a huge demand for rim protectors who can also space the floor. But this 9'3" stand can reach? Are you kidding me? He's a presence inside.
Doubled by McCollum. Redick passes to Hayes. To the middle. Here's Jay. And McCollum with the block. Hazonia on the wing. Kicks it to Collins. Back to Hazonia. Down low. Here's Whiteside. Second shot opportunity. And he sinks the layup. Whiteside's got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Some changes for New Orleans. Okafor's checked in for Hayes. And it's Holiday in for Ejuan Moore. Pelicans leading by 8. Pass to Jay. Doubled by McCollum. Now the pass to Okafor. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. Pelicans, #1.
And sometimes a team will get one guy who can block. Other times a guy finds ways to get others involved in blocking. It can be contagious. If he can do it, why not me? Then all of a sudden you look up and you're leading the league in blocks.
McCollum kicks to Corbin. Whiteside trying to break free. It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Corbin.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Jay, the pass to Redick. And the Pelicans miss again.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Pass to Whiteside. Portland moving the ball around. And now, here's Hazonia, covered by Redick. And Hazonia gets it to go.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
Jay, he's guarded by McCollum. Jay, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Quite a few trips to the line in this one, and he's making them count, going 8 for 10 at the line so far.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the strike in that last game.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Murray's checked in for Williamson, and it's Josh Hart in for J.J. Redick. McCollum against Holiday. Hazonia on the wing. Not going to go that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. To the paint. Here's Holiday. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Holiday's got 6.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
McCollum outside. Whiteside trying to break free. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
At the line for Trailblazers.
And the first one drops.
Even though he's undersized, McCollum is just a tenacious scorer. He's a confident shooter that can catch fire quickly.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Murray's got the ball here for New Orleans. 6-point game.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Passes it to Whiteside. To the inside. Lets it go from 11. Good as the jump shot ball. 26 points for C.J. McCollum.
Got to admire the precise shooting of McCollum. He's phenomenal at shooting over defenders. He has such a quick release.
And Holiday kicks to Hart. Here's the teardrop, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Korver with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It's McCollum on the wing. The rebound by Jay. Jay's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there. He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Holiday against McCollum. 1:19 left to play in the third. That's a 2 from Korver. Rebound by Murray.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Clearly a foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And Portland making a change here. Little's checked in, and a change for the Pelicans. Derek Favors checked in for Murray. Both free throws good from Jay. Trailblazers trail by 10. To the middle. Whiteside kicks to Little. Shoots a 3. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors got his 8th rebound here tonight. And the shot goes in from Jay. Jay's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pelicans. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. McCollum against Holiday. Pass to Whiteside. Over Okafor. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And since he's wide open, he's got time to add a little style with the fadeaway.
Whiteside against Okafor. The pass to Jay. Feeds to Favors. And the rejection by Collins.
This is the defense Collins brings to the table. Excellent at knowing when to go after blocks.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor. Trailblazers trail by 10. McCollum up top. He's covered by Ball. Now Little. Shoots over Ingram. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's New Orleans going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. No. For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Whiteside. Mario Hezonja comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. Jay comes in for Drew Holiday. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Jay out there with Ball, and it's Ingram in at the small forward position. And here's Little. Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Pelicans lead by 13.
Hey, okay. Keep failing to put a body on Zion. He's going to continue to do this all night long.
McCollum dishes to Korver. Pass to Hezonja. Here's Little. Buries it from three-point range. Here's Ball. Ingram outside. Out to the right wing. Williamson, the pass to Jay. Makes it off the glass. Jay's got 34 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Here's Little. Dishes it to Nurkic. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Now, the closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
Ingram outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Favors. Over Little. Favors can't get it to go.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. A huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
And the Blazers were looking for that third star. Chris Nurkic was starting to look like he might fit the bill.
Well, Kevin, let's think about it. You could argue that he was one of the top 5 centers in the league last season. He just turned 25, so hopefully he's still on the upslope of his career.
Here's Jay. And he overshot that one, missing.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Nurkic the pass to Simons. Tipped away. Stolen by Ball. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Solid at striking the ball away. Ball is great at studying his man and anticipating his next move.
Now here's McCollum. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Passes it to Simons. The Trailblazers rebound.
That's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational. No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Ingram outside. Pass to Jay. .158 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Favors. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum against Ball. McCollum with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Kyle Korver is checked in for Anthony Simmons. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They lead by 8. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Zion Williamson.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. And the Pelicans with possession here. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Jay, he is guarded by McCollum. Here's Jay. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Korver kicks to McCollum. From down in the low post, it goes.
Oh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Ingram outside. Doubled by McCollum. To the wing on the left. Here's Jay. Unable to get that one. And it's Portland the other way.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
No, yeah, I agree with you, GA, but I've seen crazy things happen.
23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Inside, Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not giving the ball up. He's passing with a purpose, and it's leading to scores.
To the inside. So New Orleans wins it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about wraps it up for Chris Webber. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.